Good day, Florian. How are you?
Hi, Enzo. Thank you. I'm great. I have a bit more sleek haircut today than in my introduction video.
Right, so you know the rule. Do your presentation. You can pull up your slide already and start your presentation, and let's get some question at the end of it.
Okay,
Cool. You're right.
I'm up. So, great pleasure. After these two amazing companies, SHR and Fornova, I'm gonna focus a bit on what HotelPartner does, and obviously productivity is the big topic today. I'll try to answer some of the questions that just came up in regards to the lack of employees and the lack of know-how, because we have a clear, especially in the revenue management part, we have a clear solution to this problem. So I'll start off with just some words about HotelPartner, and then I'll go more the productivity issues, and I'll show you some current numbers of the DACH region, how it's performing, because it's really interesting how the performance is picking up comparison to last year. So what is HotelPartner? We've been around for quite some time, so since 2006 to be precise. We were founded in Switzerland, and our aim and goal is to optimize hotel revenue management and performance for our partners. And we aim to drive success in every particular market situation with the right application of tactics, technology, and the right strategies. With some numbers to kick off, we currently serve more than 450 partners in Europe. We have been around for over 15 years. Pre-COVID, we've had the performance numbers of around 20% revenue increase over the first 2 years of a partnership. And we currently monitor around 170 markets on a daily basis to make sure that we are always reacting to every change and trend in time. So two more numbers I'll give along. We have around pre-COVID around 1 billion of revenue that has gone through our channels, and we've produced over 20 million reservations in the last 10 years for our partners. If we look at our portfolio, we have a big variety of clients. We serve a lot of independent hotels and small chains. We are also working together intensely with hotel management companies who have mixed portfolios, so a mixture of independent and franchise properties, for example. Also asset management companies have become more and more our clients in the past couple of years. What is the reason hotels are now switching to HotelPartner? What is it that makes us unique? We are one of the few big companies who have who offer a unique synergy. We offer our own proprietary technology, which I'll go into in a second, and we bring our own know-how teams and our experience into a partnership. And you said it, I think Christoph said it, Formula One car discussion is always something that's very prominent. We strongly believe that every system is just as strong as its user, and that's why we take over the use of the technology for our clients to assist them and to give them more breathing room for other important activities that they have in their property. So what services can you expect from HotelPartner? We obviously focus on hotel revenue optimization, so we take care of the whole operational revenue management tasks for our clients. We bring in our own revenue management technology. Angelo mentioned the word workflow. We call it rule-based decision-making technology. So we are able to automate a lot of decisions a standard revenue manager would take on his own with our rules and our system. And we're currently developing the fifth generation of our technology. And we have our own distribution technology as well, where we obviously have mixing this with the revenue management technology gives us a very effective control of the distribution channels and gives us many different additional tools to improve performance for our partners. What is the classic steps of how we start a collaboration? Obviously, we go through an evaluation process, which depends on clients' needs. Some small chains have different needs than an independent hotel. The right tech stack needs to be defined on which products does he need and which he does not need. And then obviously we take care of the whole implementation, so the whole setup process. The solution provided by SHR with the mapper and API is going to solve a lot of industry pains. I'm sure of that, and we have our own implementation team and our own API team making sure that all our interfaces are constantly up to date. And then obviously we take care of the execution of this strategy and work in close contact with our hotel partners. We are specialized in, well, we define 4 areas of where we are specialized in. Obviously, strategy, implementation, and execution. So the setup of all of these automated processes is very individual to every hotel's needs. So we can't just take what is working in one hotel and then just implement it at the other one, because they have a different micro market. They have different dynamics that need to factor into this whole setup. And then obviously the continuous optimization and continuous performance review is important as a direct reaction to any changes in the market, and especially during COVID over the last 12 months, being very reactive and being very quick. I mean, those reactions is literally money, where you can make more money. And we bring in our own expertise, consulting and know-how, where you have a dedicated account manager who takes care of you, and where you can have a sparring partner in your revenue and yield management decisions and thoughts. And for other partners, especially from hotel management companies, we take a lot of risk management, controlling and forecasting into our hands with our tools, but also with our manual inputs in our system, and trying to obviously give our partners a very sense of calmness and knowing, okay, I have a strong partner in the background who's taking care of my pricing decisions, and who kind of shares the responsibility to a certain extent. Now, when we're talking about productivity, I think something that we've seen in the hotel industry quite some time is the classic, okay, we'll sit this one out, it'll come better, you know, it comes back. We think Corona has made a bigger impact than any of the crises in the past 2 decades, where we think that it has on a long-term changed certain behaviors and certain patterns that our guests had over the last 10 years. So obviously there's a lot more short-term pickup. The pace is getting much faster, so you have a lot less reliability on your forecasting. Demand patterns have changed massively. The market dynamics are evolving. There is a huge gap right now between performance of regional and city destinations. There's the guest requirements, obviously, which have gone very high now due to COVID, but we believe that these high requirements will be here to stay. Visibility marketing is a big thing, because right now, especially the independent sector in the last years has caught up so much on the marketing and visibility side that you have a lot more competition competing for a spotlight in the top of your rankings or in your destination, and that obviously leads to a bigger competition. Certain markets are shrinking, whereas the competition is getting higher. A lot of hotels who've had good performance over the years have used this time now to actively invest, refurbish their product, and some of them are coming out of this crisis with a much better and much more in-time product as they were before. So obviously technology is bringing in a lot of positivity here. If we look a bit on the rooms revenue and the performance that we see in DACH right now, I'll quickly go through this. We see a lot of difference between last year and this year. So this is last year. 2019 is the baseline, because obviously we would all love to be performing as 2019, but no one is. And the top line here is the revenue, and this is the volume of reservations. And you can see the difference in the pickup of the last 4 weeks. So we're comparing the last 4 weeks to the same period last year. It's immense. So just the volume is almost triple at some points, which shows that this time around there's much more demand. There's the money still there. The willingness to spend is still there. So that gives us some certain reassurance in the current market. Also very interesting is that we see the development of the direct business and the OTA business. It has grown, the direct business, intensely over the last 3 years. Obviously, this is also a business on books for the coming months, but we expect it to actually grow a bit more, especially in the short-term period. A lot of people like to book directly, which is also an effort of the marketing campaigns and obviously the increase in online demand in general. Just out of time reasons, this is a slide where we see the performance in Austria after opening was allowed. So this was the same period last year when we were told, okay, hotels will open at this date. We got the message this year at the same time, and you can see the immediate floodgates started to go open because the demand and the pickup was just so much stronger than last year. Just another indicator of the recovery, and the path to recovery is definitely clearly there, especially in leisure regions. Obviously, this is a mix of leisure and city, the whole Austrian portfolio. So key areas we identify to increase productivity on a hotel level: obviously, optimization of your rooms revenue cake is very important. The current client that we just onboarded a couple months ago, we are selling extremely well. He's in a very beautiful leisure destination in Switzerland, but they took a lot of deals with wholesalers, for example, in the winter, because they were looking at generating cash now, which is hurting them right now because we could have sold a lot more, but we are kind of blocked because 10, 20, 30% of the rooms are already booked with really low value bookings. So looking down the road, obviously this is another thing, especially leisure hotels, they can be a bit more cherry picking in that sense. Data is playing a very, very important role at the moment. To have right and good aggregated data, Fornova showed us how important it is to understand your data and to make the right decisions out of fee. And obviously technology, it needs to be supportive and not in the way. And I think a lot of technology nowadays seems very flashy, but we see not too supportive and sometimes doesn't even help you as much as you want. So our pitch is that we can assist you in taking care of all of these pains in revenue management sense on a day-to-day basis, also on a strategical and consultancy level, which gives you more time for your guest satisfaction at the end of the day. And at the moment, we're running a great Corona recovery package where certain hotels can qualify for, where we have diverse service levels and diverse services that we can bring to the table. This is just a small excerpt of what we can offer. Obviously, we can provide a very intense service, and this can be scaled to whatever the client needs and currently wants to focus on. Yes, so for any other questions, you can use the QR code to get in touch with me or just write me an email. Otherwise, I think I finished just in time, right?
Right, thank you, Florian. It was really interesting. Let me, yeah, okay. Thank you so much. And I know that Claire has a question, right?
Thank you. Florian, I was wondering, do you offer the ability to have multiple comp sets?
Yes, we offer the ability to have multiple comp sets, and we go over regional. So we have a partner in St. Moritz in Switzerland, for example. He's comparing himself to Aspen, Chamonix. He's not necessarily looking at his regional comp set because he says, my guests, they don't take a decision if they're going to my hotel or to another one in St. Moritz. They're deciding whether they're flying to Aspen or to St. Moritz. So we're kind of taking this approach with a lot of Relais and Chateau properties. We are also looking at over-regional comp sets because the type of guest going to Relais and Chateau, he's looking for a culinary experience, and he's looking not to go into this direct region.
Cool. So would you then have the ability to do the rate strategies based on market segments? So I can't find anyone currently that will give me a rate optimization for a spa package versus a bed and breakfast versus, so the packages versus just the room only rates, including M&E.
Yes, we yield packages. Yes, is that the question, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously this is we've seen the increase in package sales in the last year has been immense compared to the years before, because the client is actively looking or a value for money, where he doesn't feel like he's paying in the package for these extra services, but he's getting something on top of the room and the breakfast. He's getting some certain amenities or some additional benefits, which is not necessarily priced into the room, where he has the feeling this is really value for money, which in my opinion is the only way to have packages in the market, because we've seen very many years ago when packages were created, where the packages were so expensive that the guest didn't really feel like he's getting something for it. So obviously yielding packages is very interesting. We're looking at in our next generation to actively, have inventory. Let's say you have a bike package, you only have 5 electric bikes, and then we would say, okay, if we only have 2 left, then the package obviously gets more expensive, because there's a demand for this package for this day, and that's also ability to generate yield at other points. And we're looking to move a lot towards total revenue management as well, because obviously there is a lot of money there still to be made, especially in the independent hotel sector and for other, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I think we're done. Your time is gone, Florian. We wanted to stay with you longer. I know you wanted to share more with us, but we will make something special coming.
I'm around. You can contact me on LinkedIn, and we'll pick up this conversation. Great stuff.
Sure. Cool. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon, my friend. Bye-bye.
Yeah.